What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I wanted to give you guys my full thoughts on Maai by Bogue Profumo. Now, I've been wearing this fragrance all week. If you haven't seen my first impressions, go check it out. Then come check out this video. But I've been wearing this fragrance all week in the 97 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit weather here in Vegas. And let me tell you guys, I really enjoy this fragrance. I think that this fragrance is, it has a vintage, old school vibe going on here that I would think that somebody in the early 1900s or late 1800s would be wearing. I would love to know what time that was like back then, but given the fact that you know, I'm a little darker than most, it probably wouldn't be a very good time for me. Now let's talk about what this fragrance is and what do I get with this fragrance, guys. So this is, in my opinion, it is a floral Chypre fragrance. And when you first spray this on, so I had just sprayed some on my hand, guys. So you get this green, slightly bitter, very a very medicinal sort of eucalyptus. And the eucalyptus note has a very refreshing, cooling feel to this. It just pops off the skin, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. It's probably one of my favorite parts about this fragrance is the eucalyptus. Now, with that eucalyptus, you're going to start getting some aldehydes. The aldehydes add some sort of sparkly effect. It smells just a tad bit waxy and just a tad bit soapy, guys. That's kind of what I get with aldehydes. But yeah, it adds some sort of sparkly, kind of waxy, soapy effect going on here. Soon after, with the eucalyptus and the aldehydes, you're going to start getting some white florals like tuberose and jasmine. And the tuberose, a lot of people complain that it can come off as like old grandma-ish. In here, it really doesn't. In Maai, it doesn't. It comes off more of like just very fresh and very clean. Just very fresh and very clean. Now, with those florals, some animalics start being introduced, like some civet or some castoreum. Now, the civet and castoreum, guys, it adds some sort of skink to this fragrance, which I really enjoy. I find that if the animalics or the civet or castoreum was not in Maai, I don't think I would really like it because the floral notes are very, very strong in this fragrance. Now, after the animalics, so you're going to get eucalyptus aldehydes, tuberose jasmine with the animalics. There is this beautiful smoke accord that I don't think is listed in the notes, but I sort of get like the sweet resinous incense. Just think of incense wafting around you. If you've ever walked into a smoke shop and they're just burning incense and just the sweet smell of the incense burning, that's kind of what I get here. I'm thinking it could either be sandalwood scented incense. I'm not too sure, but I love the smoky vibe going on here. That is probably my favorite part about this fragrance is the smokiness that you get from the incense and just everything, all of the notes combined with the opening, and you're getting the florals and the animalics are in here, and then you get this sweet, sweet incense. Gosh, it's awesome. It's awesome. It really is fantastic. And once you get to the base, so once this thing dries down completely, which takes quite a while, to be honest. I found that it took roughly around 3 to 4 hours for it to completely get into the dry down. You're gonna lose a lot of the eucalyptus. You're gonna lose a lot of like the aldehydes. You're gonna lose some of the animalics, but the tuberose and jasmine really stay to the end, and I get some sort of like a honeyed floral vibe to this. It almost feels a little stuffy. It feels a little stuffy, but that's okay. I just a little stuffy and a little dusty. But I mostly get some sort of like honeyed floral note with some added patchouli, which is really nice, and that's where it stays. So this is, I don't know, guys. It's just, I hope you guys, that was a good description of what this smells like. But it really is fantastic. It is slightly powdery. It is slightly soapy, but with the added animalics in here and just the eucalyptus with the smoke incense, gosh, it's great. I find that this fragrance doesn't really lean masculine or feminine. In fact, it kind of does this dance where it goes between masculine and feminine. So like in the opening, it's unisex, and then once the tuberose and jasmine are introduced, it kind of turns a little bit feminine, and then once the animalics are introduced, then you're like, okay, well, it's a little masculine. Then when the smoke gets introduced, then you're like, okay, this is really masculine. And then in the dry down, when you're getting the honeyed floral notes, you're like, it leans a little bit feminine. And then in the far dry down, it kind of goes unisex. So it does this dance between masculine and feminine. This fragrance lasts forever in the day. On my skin, consistent 10 to 11 hours, guys, with 2 to 3 sprays. And that's on my skin. I did find, though, that the projection was really strong in the beginning for maybe roughly around 2 to 3 hours, very strong projection. And then after about that mark, it kind of sits a little bit closer to your skin. I want to say about maybe about a foot away from your skin after the projection, because that projection, 2 feet plus, I did find, though, that after around the, I want to say 7-hour mark, if your body is heating up and you're working a lot or you're sweating or something, it will reactivate to pretty good projection. So I want to say this is a moderate projector. So performance, not an issue with this at all. And what occasion? Anytime, really. I don't look at fragrances as like a day or night type of thing. I will say that I don't think it would be that good, though, for super high heat. Now in Vegas, it's a dry heat, so it's not humid. So it wasn't that bad. Like I said, I watched how many sprays I did because this stuff is strong. So I only did 2 to 3 sprays. That's it. That's all I needed on my skin. Didn't even spray it on clothes, and it lasted a long time. It didn't choke anybody out and didn't choke me out. So I just want to say thank you, Shiva Varain, for sending the sample out to me. It is on my to buy list. Eventually one day, my to buy list keeps getting bigger, but I hope you guys enjoyed that review of Maai by Bogue Profumo, and I'll catch you guys in another video. So stay safe out there, enjoy your life, and remember, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching Loc'd. I'm your host, Dr. Goo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.